My name is Kate Gingery. I work with Century 21 Affiliated here in the greater Lansing area of Michigan, and I am a real estate broker, and I love talking about real estate and helping people make decisions in regard to their investments. So I'm going to walk you through everything about buying your first home. No fluff, no sales pitch, just stuff nobody tells you, and hopefully you can think through this and make a decision for yourself. By the end of this series, I'm going to do a couple videos on this subject. Hopefully you'll know exactly what to do in the order and why. So let's get into it. Hello, so we are going to talk about, is home ownership right for you right now? So renting can feel like you're throwing away money, and buying can feel pretty risky if you don't have a cushion of cash to be able to take care of repairs or unforeseen expenses. And so I talk about this all the time with strangers, friends, family, clients, people who will call me and just ask what's going on in the real estate market. And so I'm really excited to jump into this with you. Are you ready? Forget the market for a second. Here's what actually matters. How long do you plan to stay put? So buying only pencils out if you are staying at least 3 years in most cases. Moving costs and closing costs need time to average out. So if you're buying a house and you're planning to move in a year, it's probably not the best decision. Now, if you are gonna stay 5 or 10 years, it's probably gonna be a great investment. Depending on what you do to the house and the renovations and improvements you make, you wanna be very careful and mindful of what you do. Number 2, is your income stable-ish? It doesn't have to be a corporate 9-to-5 job. Self-employed, hourly commission are all workable, just documented differently. And again, the lender that you work with can help you maneuver the situation and figure out what type of loan would be best for you. They have all sorts of resources to be able to guide you in the right direction. So, number 3, do you have some savings set aside? Even if it's not a mountain of money, and we'll talk more in episode 2 about what that looks like, but having a little cushion is very, very important for when you do purchase a home, because you wanna make sure that you have money set aside for when something goes wrong, because something will go wrong as soon as you close. It's just how it goes. So if you nodded along to all 3 of these things, you're probably closer to buying a home than you actually think. So let's kill 3 myths right away. The first myth is that you need 20% down to purchase a house. This is just not true. So back in the day, it was. A lot of loans would require you to put 20% down. However, right now, there's so many different options. There's 0% loans if you were doing rural development. If it was a veterans loan, there's 3% conventional loans. There's 3.5% FHA loans. There's 5% conventional loans, 10%, 15, 20. There's a lot of different options. And so it's best to talk to your agent or someone you trust who is an agent or a lender and talk through some options that might work for you in terms of what that looks like in having a payment every month that makes sense and a good cushion and down payment for your house. So just know off the bat, 20% down is not usually required for most people. Myth number 2, your credit has to be perfect. Also not true. There's a wide range of acceptable credit scores depending on the loan type, and we'll break that down too. So depending on what loan you do, so if you do FHA, there's lower credit limits than if you did a different, a conventional loan. So your lender can kind of finagle what would work best with your financial situation, but you don't need perfect credit score. Myth number 3, you have to know exactly what you want before you talk to anyone. This is the one that stops most people from doing anything. You do not need to know it all or have it all figured out. It literally is what a real estate agent is for. Reach out to an agent that you trust to talk through these things. You don't call a personal trainer once you're already in shape. So you are connecting with this agent to be able to walk you through the process and what that's going to look like. If you are anywhere in the US, I can connect you with an agent in my network. I've done this for plenty of my family and friends and clients. So reach out, I'd be happy to connect you with someone. So we are gonna walk through what actually happens start to finish. So I'm going to give you a roadmap that goes over this whole process so that there are no surprises and you are prepared for what this will look like. So the first step is to find your agent. So you can either Google I always recommend asking friends and family who they've worked with if they've been happy with working with those people. You can reach out to an agent you know in one area of the country, can connect you with another one. Your agent is going to walk you through the home buying process if they are a good agent. So you will be signing a buyer agreement, you'll be going over the process from start to finish, and you will start touring homes once you have a buyer agreement signed. The second thing you need to do before you start touring homes is get pre-approved. So they will have resources of lenders that their clients have been happy with in the past, local banks, things like that, where you could get pre-approved. And depending on your situation, if you're self-employed or W-2, whatever that may be, they may recommend certain lenders because different lenders have different programs that might be more beneficial to you. But always the local lender is the number one preference. I really recommend that. The third step would be you start touring homes. So I always suggest when we start touring homes, we look at some things that are maybes. So a lot of times people have very strict criteria on what they want. Sometimes when you are a first-time home buyer, your budget isn't as full, if you will. And so I always suggest looking at things that maybe you weren't open to, just to see what is available and to get a feel for what things are priced at. A lot of times people have very unrealistic expectations about what they get for that price. And so sometimes you look at some homes and you go, yeah, I need to go up in price, or I don't like this, I do like this. An attached garage isn't as important as I thought. A detached garage will be fine, or things like that. So you just get a feel for what is important to you once you actually start walking through homes. And so I always say at the beginning to try to look at more than you think you'd be interested in, just so you can understand what value the market is bringing to these homes are bringing. So the next step is make an offer. So you find a house, you make an offer. Let's say the offer is accepted. Then you are going to negotiate and inspect the home. So sometimes with an inspection, you will hire an inspector. Again, your agent should have a list of reputable inspectors that their clients have been happy with. Sometimes things will come up on the home. So let's say in our area, for example, radon is high. So radon is like a odorless gas, and so sometimes in basements in mid-Michigan, radon will read high. And if that is the case, then typically a mitigation system would be installed. And if it is found in the inspection, it would be a very normal ask for the buyer to ask the seller to do that. So your agent will advocate for you depending on what you find in the inspection. Let's say you get through inspections, there's gonna be an appraisal ordered. An appraisal will be ordered by a third party. So the loan officer, the lender, will order an appraisal and it'll be assigned to a random third party. And this third party is going to evaluate, does the purchase price on the contract match the value of the home? Because the bank does not want to loan money on a home that is overvalued. They won't do it. So when the appraisal is completed, it's usually like a week or two after the inspection period. If the appraisal price matches the purchase price, then those two will work together and you can move forward. Now, if it doesn't match, then there can be some issues, and the seller might have to change the price. You may need to bring cash to be able to close, all of that. But there is an appraisal contingency in our purchase agreement in Greater Lansing. The next thing is you close on your home. And after that, you move in and you enjoy the home you bought. So it's that simple, only 5 steps. Just kidding, it's more than 5 steps. I primarily work with buyers in the Greater Lansing area of Michigan, but if you are somewhere else, either in the state of Michigan or across the country, reach out. I can connect you with an agent from across the country who can take great care of you. So just send me a message or drop a comment and I will be in touch. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video is that buying a home is not a test that is pass or fail, it's a process. And so there will be hiccups along the way. It does require patience, and it is a process you can walk through with help from the right agent, and that will make the experience extremely enjoyable. There's gonna be stress no matter what. There's always stress in this process, but if you have someone advocating for you that you trust, it makes it 20 times better. So again, wherever you're watching from, I can connect you with an agent from across the country, so just reach out. And I'll walk you through all of this, hopefully in the next video.